See, I've been here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim this shit, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really have authority. They don't really need that authority, they don't really know what they do with that little shit. Understand? Go ahead, before the AD stop the AD. Goddamn what you talking about? Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. Real prayer without these, nigga. Yeah. So everybody ain't with on that peace talk, everybody ain't with on that bike on. Boy, the AD stop the AD drop. It's about to be serious. Boy, and they hit us with dope and kill us with crack. What the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You can't down on your blood. Traded you in and bought a new beats. You can't see the prophets, I tell you the streets. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in dreams. I said your wolves won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the young parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world and double together. Know where it's going to get them. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil to scope never 7 man. Props. Sometimes these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop the ass shit props. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and all your ass need to stop the ass shit. Give a damn what you talking about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. Nigga, gotta stand up to serve my God. Real prayer on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Ain't you nobody got real prayer on our knees, nigga? Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, they ain't with me stopping that shit. Oh, I don't step outside of the show for the fake niggas. Stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we out the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'll be low to the right arm, back tell them we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, baby pants through the fire. That shit promise, never be something belong to the Lord. I dare you to boy, you never will fail, bitch, I can afford. Oh, I can mess up, you bring my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Ass, stop the ass, shit promise.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know you passed a lie to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist to lie. Don't know you out of your pockets.
Boy, ass, stop the ass shit. Give a damn what you talking about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. Nigga, gotta stand up and serve my God. Real prayer on our knees, nigga. Real prayer on our knees, nigga. Stand up, serve my God. Real prayer on our knees, nigga.
This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. I'm the Commander General YAHANNA. Today is Tuesday, and this is the Brotherhood. This is a law class. Brotherhood class. Today, we're going to be going over what is faith. I know when you're in the Christian church, that word is passed around very loosely. So the first thing you want to know is you want to get down to what is faith and how do we go about it. So what the question right now is to the room, like, what is faith? Does anybody even know what faith is? Anybody? Okay, what you guys see?
Hold it down.
Believing in something that just feels real to you, see it happening or something like that. I think that makes sense at all.
I see what you're saying, but being that part, then you'll be lined up with the Christian doctrine. You know, so one thing we got to do is in this when you in this Bible, one thing you want to do is do one thing. Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
No, you got it on.
Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:21. When it comes to faith, let me give you an example. Let's say that you see a chair that you've never seen before. Somebody just built it, and you look upon it, and you think that it can hold you up. Do you have faith that it can hold you up? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So how can you prove it?
By sitting in the chair.
By sitting. But if you haven't sat in the chair, then how do you know? What are you doing about if you haven't sat in the chair? Then? You said what?
Can you repeat that, please?
I said you see a chair that somebody just made. You know, somebody just handcrafted. You don't know their workmanship. You see the chair. You never sat in it before. And you look upon it. Do you think that it can actually hold you? You have faith that it actually can hold you.
If you never sat in the chair before.
Never sat in the chair before.
I would say, I don't know. No.
See, at that point, what you're doing is you're believing that it can hold you. You have no proof.
Right.
Go ahead and read that for me.
Come, sir. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things.
Say that one more time.
Prove all things.
See, when it comes to this Bible, you have to prove your faith. You prove your faith by doing something. You continue reading.
Come. Hold fast that which is good.
Now, give me James 2 and 14. Like with this faith, you just can't, because like in Christian church, they say they have faith, but they have no faith because they don't prove what they do. See, in the Bible, you prove your faith through your works. In the Christian church, you just believe what you want, but you do no works of the Lord. You follow no commandments. You still eat pork. You still celebrate Christmas. You still celebrate Halloween. You're doing each and everything, but they say, I have faith in the Lord. How? You're not doing anything that the scriptures say. You're not following any commandments. Go ahead and read verse 14.
Come, sir. This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him?
So read that one more time.
Come. This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14. What doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith?
Now, what doeth my brother and my brother or my sister that say that they have faith? Go ahead and read.
Come. And have not works.
And have no works. You say you have faith, but you don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead and keep reading that last part.
Come. Can faith save him?
So can you sit here and just smoke weed, go to the strip club, go ahead and just have sex with anything in the street, but then you say, I got faith, but you ain't putting no works. Can faith save you? Can it save you? At that point, no, because you're not putting in no works. Go ahead and read the next scripture.
Come, sir. Verse 15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food.
So if a brother and sister be naked, they got no clothes on them to warm them. They got no food to nourish their body. Go ahead, keep reading.
Come. Verse 16. And one of you saith to them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled.
And you say to them, go ahead and just depart, go ahead and go, you be warm, be filled. Go ahead and keep reading.
Come. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body.
And you didn't give them anything. You just said, hey, supposed to be warm, be full. They naked, they got no food, no nothing. You just told them something. Gave them no action. No action. Go ahead and keep reading.
Come. What doth it profit?
What do it profit to just tell somebody anything but give them no action? What profit to say you have faith but no works? Faith is an action word.
Right.
That's what it is. It is not a hocus pocus believe. It's not like some R. Kelly, I believe I can fly type thing. You got to put in the work. Just like when you see Like when you see Kobe Bryant, what's his name, Steph Curry, and you know that man when he take that shot, he got faith in his shot. Why? Because he putting in the work. He in there about 4, 5 in the morning. He getting up at 2, 3 in the morning. He in the gym, putting in the work. So when it comes down to that last second, it's 0.5 seconds on the scoreboard, you know, on the clock. He get the ball. I got faith in my shot. It's me. Why? Because I put in the work. I got faith in my shot. It's the same thing when you see Mayweather. When he goes to every single opponent that he come across, it don't faze him at all. He got faith in his skill. Why? You seen him on the HBO specials all the time. He up at 2, 3 in the morning working out. Just was doing like 200 punches. I thought I work out something serious. You know, sitting just same arm, just punching 200 times. Then go to the other one. 200. That's work. So by the time he get in the ring, I've been putting in work. I got faith. I'm good. It's the same thing. Go ahead and keep reading.
Come on, sir. What doth it profit? Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone.
Read that one more time.
Come. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works.
If faith has no works, like you got faith, saying you believe, you got no faith, go ahead.
Come. Is dead.
Is dead. Go ahead and finish that off.
Being alone. Yea, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Read that one more time. Hold on. What you got, sis?
So, based off the scenario that you gave the chair, you would prove that you have faith by sitting in the chair?
You prove that you have faith pretty much showing like you doing the work of the Lord, like you following such as commandments. That's how you prove your faith. Your faith has to be proven, because if you just sitting there doing anything, you just believing in something. You don't know anything. You don't really just have any faith. Just with this scripture that your brother just said, he shows his faith through his works. You can't just show faith through just saying it. You know, like people go to church or whatever every Sunday. They come out, for only thing they know is a new church song. You know, you ask in each individual when they come to church, what you learned today? Well, he talked about loving the Lord, but he sure did preach. He did preach, but that's that song though. Ooh, that sister, she blew, boy. She had me. You know, I felt the Holy Ghost. I was feeling it. I know that song. You know, he was blood. Oh, goodness. I know the words now. They can remember all them church songs. But when it comes to those scriptures and understand what it's saying, nothing. Go ahead.
If I could, I got a precept. Let me get Luke 17 and 20. Because like that's a heavy thing that the church does that to the people. Because you have to understand that the church's job is really to keep you from the kingdom of heaven. They tell you that everything that you're doing is okay and Christ died for your sins and you know what I'm saying, love all people and this, that, and the third, but they're not giving you any tools to get to the destination that you're trying to get to, which is out of your hellish condition, which is out of this captivity, which is like not having to see your children locked up, not having to worry about your children overdosing or getting sex trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have any solutions to those problems because they aren't giving you any tasks to do. The tasks that the Bible said. You got that up?
Come, sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the power should come, He answered them and said,
So this the Pharisees talking to Christ. They been just like now. Everybody's saying like, when is the kingdom coming? When is the end coming? You know, like when are we gonna get there? Like everybody's talking about the kingdom and everybody talk about salvation, but they're like, all right, when is it gonna happen though? All right, go ahead.
Come. This is in red. The kingdom of the power cometh not with observation.
Coming not with what?
Observation.
Just like Adawan was saying, they in there just observing the church service. They walk out of there with they're not doing nothing else. They just came in there and just heard something, and that was it. They didn't have any guidelines, any rules to live by, anything to enrich their spirit of how to bring the kingdom of heaven into fruition, which is what this Bible is about. The brotherhood that Christ showed to us is the foundation of how we get out of this captivity. So, like he was saying, they just in there looking, but what Christ is saying right there, the kingdom ain't coming with observation. You got to put in work. If you believe in something, if you believe that you finna win the lottery, you go buy a lottery ticket. Like your actions coincide with your belief, and then there's something that you do. You can't just believe and then just like, I believe one day I'm gonna win the lottery, but you never bought a lottery ticket. How you gonna win the lottery? How you gonna win? That lottery ticket just gonna come in your mail, just a jackpot money. You got to put in work. It's a lot.
No, you good, man. You hit that right on the nail. Like a good example. But you had something, Kunaz?
It's like, so I just want to say that's just like, they be like, the Lord gonna make a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna provide, but they just don't sit there and wait on the couch till the lights get cut off. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna go out there and try to, they got faith. Yeah. But once again, they ain't got no works behind it. You know what I'm saying? They just, the Lord just gonna make it happen for us.
Exactly. Right. I mean, that kind of falls on to, matter of fact, give me Matthew 24:13. Because a lot of Christians believe that you can be saved, everyone is saved. Like they say right now, I'm saved.
Right.
Like since Christ died, I'm saved. Right. Like, no, he just gave you a little grace period. He just paid your light bill and for a little bit, put like $5 on it, but you still owe extra 20. Right. You know what I'm saying? You just got a little grace period before they come and cut the lights off. You got to get right first. Go ahead and read that.
Matthew, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
So the way you endure is you gotta fight through these temptations. You gotta follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You gotta do what the Lord said. Those that endure, go ahead and read that one more time.
Come on, sir. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Like the ones that have that faith, that actual faith, that's going by their actions, those are the ones that's enduring to the end. Those are the ones that's going to be saved. Not the ones that just sit back, hoping and wishing and praying that something gonna happen. That's just like when you let's say you pass it, because there's a difference between following the commandments and being deeply rooted in the commandments, like deeply rooted in this truth. Yeah, exactly. So you can let's say you're a person that you follow the dietary law. I don't eat pork or whatever. So let's say you pass on, you meet Christ. Like, okay, so what are you doing? Well, I follow the laws. Okay, so what else? That's what you're supposed to do. So what you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's just like having a kid with a report card that say, I passed, Dean's list. You know what I'm saying? I don't see all A's down the line. You know what I'm saying? But you got C's and 1D. You know what I'm saying? You made it to the next level, but you ain't exceeded. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's a different level of somebody that's putting that work in, or somebody that's just gonna get by with it. Right.
And if I may, like you were saying about the kid, like the law is life. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping the laws is staying alive. If you're not eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you're not having hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes. And like he said, that's the bare minimum. That's like your kids saying, well, I didn't stick the fork in the outlet. Well, I didn't play with the knobs on the stove. You know, I didn't put the, metal in the microwave.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want from that? Like, you think you should be rewarded for that? Like, that's just the bare, like, that's automatic. You do that. Don't do any of that. Like, and that's what the Lord is telling us. Don't do any of this. Don't hate your brother. Don't sleep with your brother's wife. Like, why would you get a reward for not sleeping with your brother's wife?
Don't make sense.
No, it don't make sense.
At all. At all. I mean, go ahead, sis.
So like y'all are giving with the examples, can you give a few for like being a wife, like bare minimum and then exceeding?
I mean, one is a good matter of fact. Wife. I got you. There are plenty of examples of just exceeding in scripture about being a wife.
Most notably, is Proverbs
Proverbs
31.
31.
Right. Everybody, I'm Proverbs 31.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, if I may say, just like, like the bare minimum, like the scripture, like we were just saying, is the law. Like, that you, like the scriptures say, not to usurp authority over your husband, to obey your husband, as long as he gives you a lawful command, but going above and beyond is like using your hands to better the household, like you didn't turn, that what I'm saying, whatever he brought back some some oxtails, and you didn't turn it into a feast. You didn't sold some garments because you out of tattered clothes, and you just doing whatever you can for the betterment of your husband and of the nation and helping him serve the Lord. Well, what I'm saying, like there's ways that you can do things. You shouldn't have to wait for a command. You should know what he needs and what he wants, and try to provide that. But it's also sometimes taking care of yourself too. Like, he shouldn't have to take care of every little need that you could take care of, So
Are you good? Give me Ecclesiasticus 36 and 24. Matter of fact,
you need the pocket. So you said 36, 24, right?
yeah.
You gotta get in the pocket for him.
Mm-hmm.
This is in Bible.
Yes.
Give me 26 and 1.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife,
Go ahead.
for the number of his days shall be doubled.
When you have a virtuous wife, a wife that is an asset to her husband, stress can kill you. Like, that is facts. But when you have a virtuous wife, somebody that looks upon you, that's taking care of the household, that's an asset to the household, like a helpmate to that brother, that eases that pressure for that brother lives longer. It doubles his lifetime. Like, give me, drop down. Go ahead.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
Exactly.
So like you was just saying, if I may say,
go ahead.
Like when it says rejoiceth her husband, like that's you making him joyful, him getting not only a place of rest, but like his heart is resting. He battling against the world. If you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, we don't have to, we shouldn't have to describe the battle. The battle that they endure, one of not only having means to survive, but two, being hunted like prey. Like it's much easier for a woman of Black, Hispanic, or Native American descent to gain a position in this society than their male counterparts. Like, it's much easier. Like, that's a fact. Especially if you don't succumb to looking like a baby boy, or like falling in line with what they telling you to do. Like Colin Kaepernick couldn't even take a knee. There's independent women everywhere. There's right now there's a sister cussing out her white boss, and she's still working tonight. But this brother can't take a knee. So, yeah.
Go ahead and drop down to verse 30. Verse 20.
Verse 20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession.
Give me 25 and 20. 25 and 20.
Come on. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged.
Now, when you going up a hill, let's say you're at the beach and you're going up a sandy hill, you know how hard that is, right? And you got to pick your feet up out the sand to try to get out and just imagine that you're an old man. You got old feet, you got old knees, and you're trying to go up a sandy, steep hill. That's hard. You get tired quick. Okay, keep that in mind. Go ahead, keep reading.
So is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
So you got a wife that just run her mouth all day, just yapping. But you got a quiet brother, a very low-tempered brother. He just real cool, calm, collected. And she just nagging. That brother is gonna get tired of her. That brother is the stress level on him is high. Then to get to the point where he's gonna be like that scripture where it says, a man, dwell with a lion or a bear or something like that in a cave than to deal with a wicked woman. Because like I said, a woman can be a man's safe haven, or a woman can be a man's hell. It just depends on what type of wife you want to be to your husband. Now, don't give me Proverbs 31 and I think what is it, 31 and Proverbs 31.
31 and 10.
Yeah, right.
I think it is. Go ahead and read that one.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
This is speaking about this type of woman is just like an example of what a woman could be. Not that saying that every woman needs to do these exact attributes, but if every woman has her own individual gift that she can bring to the household. Go ahead and read.
For her price is far above rubies.
She brings so much value to her husband. The price of her is immaculate. Like you can't put her on a scale of a price of measure. She's above car buckle. You know what car buckle is. That's more than gold. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy. Go ahead and read. Go ahead.
To that point you were bringing out, and it's sad to say a lot of our sisters' value is quantified by how much they can either earn or from doing all manner of wickedness, like they OnlyFans page, or I'm the number one stripper in strokers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they even are ranked amongst one another in how much they bring in, and that's determining their value. Or this sister is you got the knee alone, or I'm Jada Pinkett, or you know what I'm saying? Like they just their value comes to a quantifiable number. Yeah. And this is saying like this woman she can't be valued. Oh. Like there's no monetary figure that can attach to her that can make her, like even with Beyonce, they talk about that the $500 million, or she's worth $1 billion. Like that's what they put a value on her. Like there's a quantifiable number on her. Salakia. Verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Like her husband trusts her so much that he doesn't need anything because she takes care of him so well. This dude is pampered because of his wife. Go ahead, keep reading.
She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life.
Meaning that she don't come and just yell or nag at him for no reason. She comes to him respectfully. She doesn't do like come at him sideways, start talking out the side of her neck for no reason. She becomes responsible, humble to her husband. Go ahead. You have something, sis? Oh.
She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands.
Now, this is talking about her skill level. She's good with her hands. She can sew. She can do things with material for making clothes. Go ahead, keep reading. What you got?
Like I said, I just want to emphasize on that word willingly.
Yeah, she does it on her own. She's willingly to do it. Go ahead, keep reading.
She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar.
Go ahead.
She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens.
So basically, she using a skill set, going to market, sells her skill set, and brings money back to the household. Feeds her maid service and things of that nature. So she's bringing something to the table, quote unquote.
And if I may, so it also says, you know, like what did it say? Paraphrasing. She getting up early and doing it. Like she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Like she's not like resting on like I'm resting. What, I don't even know who that, Dale Carter or something like. Yeah. I'm resting or something like that. Some women used to always say I'm resting right now. I think it might have been on the Jamie Foxx show or something. Mm-hmm. You know, but she ain't like, she's not overly resting. She's like she putting work in. Like she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard.
So she's buying land, she's planting fruits, vegetables, she's bringing something to the household. You keep going down, it just talks about this sister's skill set.
Right.
This sister's skill set is she's a money maker. She's a go-getter. You know, it talks about also how she strengthens her arm, she keeps in shape. You know, like some sisters are not money earners. You know, but sometimes a man in the household don't need that because he makes all the money in the household. What he needs is somebody to tend to his household. So for him, that's the virtuous woman for what he needs. Right. Like not all women need to go out there and sew up and get the money for the market and things of that nature. He might need a wife that I just need you to cook, clean the house, tend the kids, and don't stress me out. You know, that is virtuous woman. So there are plenty of, I can keep going all day about, you know, women in the scripture, what they do or what they have done. Go ahead, sis.
Is it necessary for a man to acknowledge the value of this woman?
Yes, a man should. I mean, there are even feast days of how we acknowledge women's feats and things that they've done for just the nation itself. You know, like the sister, was it Judith?
That's good. And I
think Judith too. You know, how she went and used her femininity and chopped the head off of somebody that was trying to kill, you know, take over the Israelites. Right. You know, like there's praise in, you know, I won't say worship, but there's praise of how what women do for this nation. Even like in these scriptures right here, just showing how what this sister does. So, I mean, you always want to, you see your wife do something, you always want to acknowledge and let them know, like, hey, you're doing a good job, babe, you know what I'm saying? Just keep the good work, blah, blah, blah. So let them know she's on the right path.
I got a precept too.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 25.
You going to get that 24 too?
Yeah, I'm going to get you.
Okay, wait.
I'm going to start at verse 24. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Verse 25, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. So Christ, if you think of the example that Christ left, Christ not only sacrificed himself for the whole nation, he went above and beyond by washing the disciples' feet with his head. Like that level of appreciation is, you know, unparalleled right there. You know, like, so husbands should have that same type of love for their wives. You have to, you know, Christ seen the disciples was walking all the time, putting in work, you know what I'm saying, to bring out the truth. So he's like, let me wash your feet. You know, they felt a little uncomfortable with it. They like, you know, he had to kind of check them. Like, no, I got to do this. Like, you know, like this is a part of my job. You know, like I have to not only show you how to lead, how to be a good leader, but I have to make sure that you guys are able to do what needs to get done. So we have to do the same thing for our wives too. So that's a level of appreciation that we must show. It says it right there. That, you know, we have to have that level.
Go ahead, Kunal.
It's like I said, I just wanted to say, another way to break it down to your sisters, you got to be in tune with your star player. Like Cat Williams said, you know what I'm saying? That's your LeBron, that's your Steph, that's your Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Be in tune with that man and do what he requires of you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get that to that championship. You know what I'm saying? You have a goal. You know what I'm saying? Your goal is to better your life inside your household, because you don't want to be unhappy. He doesn't want to be unhappy. So the best thing to do is y'all work together and get this championship. You know what I'm saying? Get to the end. You know what I'm saying? Because we in this for life.
Yeah.
We can't just be like, oh well, I'm tired. I'm not doing. Nah, that's not what the scriptures say. We got it like it's. You must endure to the end. The same shall be saved.
Right.
So if you want to make it to the kingdom, start within you and within your household, and then that's what you know, and that will help other people. You know what I'm saying? Other people see, well, man, she doing this and that. You can help somebody else's household. Just you know what I'm saying. But start with yourself first, and be in tune with your start first. Smart.
And if I could, like that's such a heavy example. Like you look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook lost KD because he wanted to take so many damn shots. Like it was the Russell Westbrook show. That boy was like, "No, boy, I'm finna break." Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, now look at him.
Usurping authority.
He running around wearing right. He usurped authority. That boy KD went and got him some rings.
Right.
He left him and he went and accomplished his goal because he wasn't in tune with his star. He thought he was the star player. And that boy now he wearing the dress, chasing LeBron. You know what I'm saying? That boy destroyed. And that's so heavy too, because a wife that's trying to do her own thing, the same thing usually happens. You know, you start falling, you know what I'm saying? You know, like Sierra, you out there thought, you know, she tried to usurp authority over Future. Like she done made it with Russell Wilson. Now, you know, she over there making a song Level Up. You know, hey, you know, the Lord will level you down.
Right.
You know, the Lord will level it down. You know, you'll see.
Like another part of that is like too. You know what I'm saying? He might not need you to score. You know what I'm saying? Be Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Get all the rebounds.
Get the rebound.
Wicked example.
Put that dirty work in, you know, that hustle. You know what I'm saying? He might not need you to be getting assists. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you gotta be in tune with him. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go off of, I feel like this, I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Have that conversation with him, talk to him, and we can, you know what I'm saying, work it out with your star player.
Man, that's heavy. The same thing happened to Draymond too. They be trying to that boy Draymond. That boy wouldn't pass him the ball. You know that boy that boy Draymond broke up the dynasty.
Yeah.
That boy Draymond broke the dynasty up because he wasn't getting that shine no more. He wasn't in tune with the star player. We don't need you to do what you were doing the other season. We got KD now.
Right.
We just need you to your role change now. That boy couldn't handle it, and that's the same thing a lot of wives can do. If your husband get another wife, a lot sometimes they change. Like your duties is about to change up now.
But even another part to that, look what KD had now. KD went to look and find something else, but now you got to deal with that too. Because if she getting on his nerves and you getting on his nerves, now it's even worse than it was before.
Right. That's
and you would just, you know what I'm saying, did what you had to do to help that brother out.
Yeah, they could have, right. They could have Matthew 18-15. They might still be winning right now. Some boys are both struggling now. Man, that's it.
Thanks. Thanks. Go read me James 2:18 one more time.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without my works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Now, this is what separates I.S.U.P.K from everybody else.
Right.
This right here, because we put in work for what we do. We feed our people. We teach our people who we are. You know, we get our people off these drugs. We save marriages. Like we are getting people off the drug of Christianity.
Right.
Like we are waking people up. You know what I'm saying? We are bringing people back to life, giving people that breath of life,
Right.
giving them that truth. That's what we're doing. Give me 1 Kings 8:61. Let's see, when you are following, when you have faith along with the works, you start to line up, and your heart is perfect with the Most High. You always want to be lined up perfect with the Most High. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 61. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our power, to walk in his statutes.
Now hold on. When you go to the Christian church, they always say you can't be perfect.
Right.
No one's perfect. You know, we all in sin. Read that from the top one more time.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 61. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our power, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments as at this day.
And a lot of times you hear them say, well, the laws are done away with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Christ died for everybody. The laws are done away with. Nobody's perfect. If the laws are done away with, that means I can kill you, rape your wife, and sell your daughter to slavery. Since the laws are done away, I can do whatever I want. But they don't think about what they saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Christianity is just do what you feel.
Right.
Right.
You know, it's customary. You just take whatever little pieces that you want and you go about today. Go ahead.
That's so heavy too, because that is a recipe for chaos.
Yep.
Right.
It's a recipe for a system that is broken and cannot work, which is why people are in the streets right now asking for their lives to matter.
Right.
You have to ask for your life to matter because you are a part of a system, and you perpetuate a system of chaos. You just win.
Right.
No, you good. You good. I mean, because what the brother said is right. I mean, when you start to just do whatever you do, and you stop lining up with the Most High, you start dealing with people outside of your nation. Right. You start to get complacent. You start to do whatever you want. Matter of fact, give me 1 Kings 11:4. There was another brother that did the same thing.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 4. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
Now, Solomon had many wives. And what he did was he started to get wives of other nations. And you know what happens when you start to marry women from other nations, you start to get you start to compromise. Right. Because in a marriage, you always you love your wife, whatever, and she want to do whatever, so you want to compromise with what she do. So if you got a wife that's you an Israelite, you want to follow the law, statutes, commandments, but you got a wife that's an Edomite. She want to celebrate Halloween. She want to celebrate Christmas. She want to do all that. So like, baby, you don't love me. You don't want to celebrate this with me. I want to do it for me. Do it for what you gonna do? Right. Oh, man, I love it. We're gonna do it this time.
Right.
We're gonna do it just this one time. We're gonna let's go ahead. You know, we're gonna do a little bit. Just you know, we might just open the door and get candy. You know what I'm saying? Next, you know what I'm saying? 2 weeks, you know, a couple of days later, you got the dead corpse body, fake body laying in the middle of the lawn. You got the spider webs and stuff. You got the pumpkins in the front with the lanterns, everything. You got the witch on the broom and the tree. Right. But we just gonna do a little bit. Nah, she got to go out loud. You gotta love, you gotta compromise. Right. That's what this brother did. Go ahead, keep reading.
Come. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power.
His heart was not what?
His heart was not perfect with the Lord his power. As was the heart of David his father.
Because David was perfect with the Lord. He hated what the Lord hated. He loved what the Lord loved.
Right.
His heart was perfect. Solomon, a little bit different. His works start to dwindle because of what he did with those women. And after that, that destroyed our nation. That separated the two. Right. Because when the head mess up, we all fall. That goes through from the beginning. And Adam, the head, he fell, we all fell. Right. You know, Solomon fell, we all fell. That's always what happens. That's why being a husband of your household, you have to make sure that everything is in line. Because if you mess up, the people under you are screwed. Right. That's something that you always got to remember. Go ahead.
And if I may say, what you're saying is so heavy. Solomon over there, you know, marrying East Indians, building little Shiva temples. Now what? We got brothers wearing dreads and smoking blunts. Yeah. Like that's just our culture. Like that joint so regular, like they down there trying to give breakdowns on how we've always done this. Right. But you know, just like he said, one of our forefathers slipped up and compromised, and now that done got our identity taken, put us in captivity, and it's just killing us.
Go ahead.
Michael, so I got a question. Like, could that be even said the same as like sisters that's not in school or something like that? For for us as priests, you know what I'm saying? Not to, they're in the world, so it's kind of like they not on the same time we on a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you deal? Like, do you deal with that, or do you just not even? You know what I'm saying? Or is that at your discretion?
You mean like as far as deal with a woman and that's not in the truth and start courting her?
Right.
Brother. I mean, I would say this. I mean, it is at your discretion to choose what you want to do. I mean, it will be wise for you to only deal with a sister that is in the truth, because at that point, she has a foundation. Right. She has a set of morals. She has a law to go about. Even if you give counsel, a man higher above you would say, look, I would advise you to get one of these sisters, right. You know what I'm saying, in the school that's going, you're going to treat you like how you're supposed to be treated. Because she's going to, if she's in the school, if she's grounded in the truth, she's going to know the hierarchy. Right. You know what I'm saying? The Most High Christ, you, then her. So she'll see you as her Lord. Right. You get one of these girls out here in the world, you whatever what she feel like you are. You the what? You my Lord. My what? Nigga, you crazy. Right. You want me to do what? Nobody tell me what to do but my daddy, and he don't even tell me what to do. Right. Like you can't. Right. It's a whole different mindset, because when you're dealing with somebody in the world, now you have to teach them and mold them. And some brothers want to do that. If you want to do that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? A brother can't. But understand that when you do that, there's a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of days, dark days, that you're going to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of counsels. There's going to be a lot of, man, you sure in these scriptures that we can't leave them for any reason? Right. You sure ain't no leeway up in your sir? There's going to be a couple of those days. You know what I'm saying? But just know, There's gonna be some consequence repercussions. Go ahead.
Like I'm trying paraphrasing that precept where it's saying like don't marry whores into the body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And whores ain't always just, you know, physical. You know, they're whoring out themselves with these other nations spiritually.
Yeah.
You know, like they can't put their white friends down. Like they know that you can't bring your white friends in. But now they got them at the door out there. We gotta back up. You know, like, we gotta back them up. Like, you know, like that's you just brought a whore into the body. Right. So it just like you said, it might not be wise. It might not be
wise. Because because you my brother, you married this whore. Now what is she? She's my sister now.
Right.
Because you just attached to her and brought her up in here.
Right.
Now I gotta look at my sister. So it's like you gotta look at kind of what you're doing. And I mean, let's say if you do want to do, I'm saying that's what you're about to do. But let's say if you do want to do something like that, I would advise her, tell that sister to get into school. Let her do her 90 days or whatever. Let her shed herself first.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, put your bid in. If she still wants you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can do something like that. But let me get we were just talking about having a perfect heart.
Yeah.
Give me 2 Chronicles 19:9. Because what you want to do is, like I was saying, have a heart that's perfect and lined up with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That is lining up with having faith within this truth. Because you are walking and you are in those works. You got that for me out?
Come, sir. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 19, verse 9. And he charged them, saying, thus shall ye do in the fear of the Lord.
In the what?
In the fear of the Lord.
Okay.
Faithfully and with a perfect heart.
And with a strife heart.
And with a perfect heart.
Now, how do you fear the Lord? That is one question. Give me Deuteronomy 13:4. Because what this scripture is saying is you got to fear the Lord and be faithfully with a perfect heart. That means you over there not only believing, but you are walking in this truth faithfully. Like you putting in work. Being faithfully in this truth is, let's say you getting off at, you know what I'm saying, 8 o'clock, but and you know the school needs something done. So you go straight up to the school, you set up the school, get the school ready for the feast day, whatever. I mean, then you get off at, you know, leave the school from like what 2, 3 in the morning because you got to help clean up and stuff like that because you don't want to leave a brother behind. And then you got to get up and go back to work at 5 in the a.m. That's a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And you see sisters out here, especially during the Passover, those sisters were faithfully doing this work.
right.
Sitting there cooking. What do they do? Like thousands and thousands of unleavened bread. You know, they was out here faithfully putting the work early in the morning all the way to what 10, 12 midnight. You know what I'm saying? That's faithful. Like doing what you can to make sure that the household of the Most High is good. Go ahead and give me Deuteronomy 13:4.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 4.
Like I was saying, like being faithfully in this truth, that's a separate type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this brother's out here fearing the Lord faithfully with a perfect heart. That means he's, like I said, putting work, doing that extra mile. He's having, it's like having $100 worth of food stamps, but you go ahead and get to school by, you know, $50 worth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we got to go out there and feed the people under the bridge and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That is faithful. Like having faith, walking with faith in this truth. Go ahead and read that.
Come on. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, verse 4. Ye shall walk after the Lord your power and fear him.
And fear him. Go ahead.
And keep his commandments
Uh-huh.
and obey his voice and he shall serve him and cleave unto him.
Cleave unto the Most High. To fear someone is like you gonna obey everything they say. Like when you a child, when you like 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? Like not even 3, 4, I like somebody what, 4 or 5 or something like that. When you little before that mind kick in, you know what I'm saying? You look at your parents and you do everything they tell you to do. Why? Because you fear your parents. You obeying your parents. I know when I was little, I did everything. My old man scared as hell. Because if I didn't, he gonna whoop my butt. You don't do what he tell you to do, he own you. That's what the punishment is for. Either do, go ahead, sis.
Is fear more important than respect?
Is fear more important than respect?
Yes.
I would say they would go hand in hand. I mean, because to fear the Lord means you're going to make sure that you're going to follow his commandments. There's a lot of people say, yeah, I respect this person, but you don't even do what they say. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And if I could, like, fear is something that is a responsive. It's like reflexive. Respect, you have to understand. Like, I didn't know how important it was. Like, I didn't know how much my father loved me until I became an adult and understood why he tried to make me fear him so much. Because, and then from going through that, then I developed a respect for him. I developed a newfound respect for him, because in fearing him, he was trying to protect me from things I couldn't understand. He understood things that he couldn't explain to me and make me understand at the time. So it's just important enough for me to fear him. I should just fear him, and therefore I can have the result of not having to face the consequences of not, obeying him and going through some type of catastrophic, life-changing events. So I would say it's more important to fear, but they like you said, they definitely go hand in hand. But like my 1-year-old daughter, she doesn't respect me yet, but she can fear me. She can fear me, and by fearing me, she won't walk and break her neck from walking over a ledge, and it can potentially save her life. So you want me to keep going on this?
I was looking for something.
Come. 12.
I mean, because like it depends on what you're using it for. Just like when you say respective person, you know what I'm saying? That could be like you're not really going off of that person's actions or what type of person they really are. You're just favoring who they are as far as their status.
Mm-hmm.
So like we say, like when it says God is not a respecter of person, he's not looking at this person has more money, he puts money into the church, he's a lot, but he follows no laws.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have in the churches, there is a respective person in the Christian churches. So the most money you spend, you get to sit in the front of the church. Just like at what's that church over there on 59, that big church with Joel Osteen. You see all the money makers in the front row because the church has a respective person. They put the most in the pot. But when you speaking about respect for another notion, like say when you walk in, it's a precept, I can't remember it, but when they was walking in the desert, whatever, they respected the elders, because you gotta look behind you to make sure that the elders are still there, that they can keep up. So you respecting your elders, you respecting the people, you watching out for them. You read, which is looking back just to make sure they're good. So it just depends on how you use them. I'm trying to see what else I want to use out of here. You got anything else out? Anything else? I'm gonna shut it down. I do want to leave one more scripture though. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Is that the end? You got any more questions, sis? Okay.
Is that good?
Go ahead.
Like, like just to kind of give, you know what I'm saying, like a this about to be the conclusion right here, you know. But the whole foundation of the scriptures, of what they are, of what they truly are, without the lens of Christianity, is a fear and respect for the Lord. And by doing that, we engage with each other and understanding that the Lord favors us above everybody, which is why we're being chastised. Just like a good parent chastens their kids, the Lord is chastening us because we are his only kid. And we're going through this because this is our preparation to rule the planet righteously. Understanding how to deal with each other. Like understanding that if you sleep with a person that you can't just dissolve your marriage. Like because now like you slept with this sister because she's a sister to us all, but now nobody wants her because people are looking at her like a whore. And you turned her into a whore, basically. Because you guys didn't want to work out your issues. You know, like that's just one simple thing of like the relationship or having a problem with your brother and understanding that you have to go to him and him alone to resolve it. And if it can't be resolved that way, then you take it up, you know, to be judged by more people. And then if it can't be resolved that way, a judgment will be passed on how the two of you proceed, who gets to be remain and who doesn't get to remain. You know, there's just it's basically a rule book. It's not only rules, it's examples of what happened when we broke rules, mishaps, prophecy about how we will get out of the situation. So this is our knowledge. That's why we bounce back and forth because the scriptures say precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So we go from here and we connect it to another thing here, which defines what we're talking about, and you get an example, and you get this and the third, and now you understand the spirit behind why you have to do this. You understand the consequences if you don't do this, and how it can affect all of us. So this is basically our wisdom, you know, but it's been weaponized by the oppressor, which is why so many people deter from it. They're like, I don't know about that Bible, I don't know about it, but that's Christianity that they don't know about. You should be weary of white Jesus. You should be weary of, you know, someone saying love everybody while they're knee on your neck. You should be weary of that. That would be wise. You know, the scriptures say oppression make a wise man man. You're being oppressed. You should be mad. And it also says, but a gift destroys the heart. But we quickly forget when you get that stimulus check or you get a new job or you get, you get a little status, like you were saying, sir, in this kingdom. You get a little bit of something, a gift from this place, or even some people just the gift to go shopping. You know, some women the gift to go eat dinner at restaurants every day, shop all day, and now they think this place ain't too bad. While all of their people that look like them are being murdered and filling up the prisons, and you're buying hair from these other people just so you can fit the standard of beauty because they say that your hair is bad, you look better with this hair, you're getting liposuction, now you need to do this, you know, little Kim looking like a monster now, you know, she was beautiful before, you know, so by integrating with them and doing these things that the Bible tells us not to do, we fall as a people. And we all have to keep each other afloat. So like,
No, you good. At the end of the day, when it comes to keeping a good heart or walking in faith, going by the works, this is the whole conclusion. This is your whole duty. This is what we are all on this earth as Israelites are supposed to do. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Mm-hmm. Fear the power.
Not respect.
Fear the power.
Go ahead.
And keep his commandments. Mm-hmm. For this is the whole duty of man.
When you have fear in the heart of the Most High, it's like you're moving because you know he can affect the way you live. He can affect what is going to happen to you. I mean, you can respect somebody, but I mean, I can respect you, but I can choose not to do whatever you ask me to do. But if I fear the Most High, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do what these laws, statutes, commandments say, because I know if I don't do this, this is going to happen to me. I know that he's going to put fire on my butt. Then I'm still going to do it at the end of the day. You know, this is the whole duty of man. Do what I say, or you're either going to get down or you're going to lay down.
Right.
That's it. I mean, when people say, what they say, you have a term that they use. When they say you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. Like there were free will. You got the free will to do whatever you want to do. Yeah, you got the free will to do whatever you want to do. Just know when you do that,
right,
there's gonna be some consequences of what you do.
Right.
You know, just like when your mama tell you, you know, you better come out here, come back in the house when the street lights come on. And you free will to go out there and keep hooping with your homeboys and playing and whatever, you know. But when you come home, that ass is hers. You know, it's the same concept.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Like, you know, like the scriptures don't tell us to fear, you know, like that's why we go to camp. You know, camp is dangerous. You know, people run up on camp with guns and knives, acid. You know, people try to fight. Camp, there was a mass shooting in Austin the other day. You're like, these are recent events too. But we don't fear that because we fear the Lord. The Lord who can destroy, he can kill us this life and he can kill us next life. And not only can he kill us, he can put us in a worse condition every time. Like you can't, there's nothing you can do other than obey. It's you choose life or death. That's the free will. Like you're getting to choose life, you get to choose death. And you know, other cultures call it like reincarnation. In the scriptures, like you regenerate, your soul comes back on earth. And that's, you know, we fear the Lord.
With that, any more questions? You got the questions? Good. With that, this is Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street on Harlem, New York. And the Commander General YAHANNA. We're going to courtesy salute to the brothers and then one courtesy salute to the sisters. Stand.
Men of Israel, Badi.
Men of Israel.
Israelite.
Badi. By Shabbat. Badi. Rock.
YAHANNA.
That's the top. Turn to the sisters. Sark. Men of Israel. Badi Shabbat. Badi. Rock.
So you hold your hands like this, and you say Yahweh, Shamar, Alatha, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
Guys from top. Class dismissed.